Hi guys, welcome to today's video where it'll be our second to last weigh-in video. I can't believe it, we've done it for nearly 3 years and it's coming to an end, but I will still be weighing the geckos anyway, so don't worry, it's just common practice with me. But anyway, before we begin, before we weigh Diego here, I did want to give a shout out to our patron of the day, Daniel. He has been a patron for an entire year. Honestly, the generosity on Patreon blows my mind, but thank you so much to the people who support me over there, and thank you for Daniel for supporting me for a year. And we'll get more into patrons in a minute, but we will weigh Mr. Diego here. You okay? Yeah, and I would also like to quickly do a shout out for the Teespring. So as you know, there is now Christmas merch and my original merch is there as well. But if you do want something for Christmas, or it's a Christmas present or anything like that, make sure you order sooner rather than later, because I don't want anyone to miss out. But anyway, let's go on to weigh Diego. Last month he was 100 grams, and to me, this time of year, he's just like a little bear. He will pile on that weight, he's kind of lazy, and he stays in his dark hide. So how much do you weigh now? 104! That's not too bad, Diego, that's a good weight for you. Next we have Gizmo, and she's doing alright. If you've seen my video on talking about geckos all around the year, what they go through, their behaviour changes, their appetite changes, Gizmo is one of them who definitely follows these changes. And interestingly enough, the other day I offered her 4 waxworms. I know, one extra than I should, but I was going to give her 4, and she actually just turned her nose up to all of them. So I don't know if now is the time she's starting to go into that partial brumation. I haven't noticed with the other geckos, they are totally crazy for food. But maybe it's just an off day for her, I don't know. But last month she was 59 grams. And she had gone 52 grams, 58, 60, and then 59. I really hope we're in the 60s with her. So, Gizmo. Okay, so 61, that's okay. I mean, in the past, I think Gizmo has been heavier. Actually, this time 2 years ago, she was 67 grams. And this time last year, she was 65. So actually 61 is a little bit low for her. But if she continues to eat a little bit more into December, we might be able to get that weight up a little bit more. Next up we have Lyra. Now following, actually she's very nice and fired up today. Not her black bits can really pop, but her orange is nice. Now following the video about geckos going through different seasons, different behaviour and all that, a lot of people asked me if I could do this for crested geckos. But if I'm being honest, I haven't really noticed too much of a pattern, or even going into brumation. I think if you don't use heaters with your crested gecko, then you might notice they're going to slow down this time of year. They probably won't eat a lot. And that honestly might just be down to the drop in temperature. If your room temperature is dropping, they're not getting enough energy that they need. But since I've been using a deep heat projector, which she actively will lay under when she wants to, she has been active, she has been eating, she's just... I couldn't recommend that item enough, honestly. It's something that I may even consider using with my leopard geckos in the future. But yeah, she's doing really well. Last month she was 46 grams. So let's see where she will be. 52 grams. What have you been doing, Lyra? My goodness. I think honestly 52, looking at her records here, 52 is like her maximum weight she's ever been. She's been 52 a couple times over the years. February she was 52. This time last year she was 52. Maybe there is a pattern with crested geckos. That's quite interesting. This is why I tell you guys, you need to write down these weights. You can always look back. With Gizmo, I can look back 12 years to see what she ate. Oh, she's on the tripod. What she ate, what her weights were. It's just, I don't know, maybe I'm just the only one that finds it fascinating, I don't know. But it's interesting to look back. Next we have Minnie. Now before I weigh Minnie, I'm going to quickly give a shout out to my patrons, because honestly I started this back in October 2017 following being demonetized or videos not being shared. Sadly YouTube hasn't really changed anything. I do still randomly get demonetized and then they won't review things. There was a dirt review which got demonetized. They had to then manually review it. They said it was still not suitable for all audiences. It was a review on dirt, honestly. So, but I still get randomly demonetized, videos aren't being shared to my subscribers sometimes, and it's very, very frustrating. So to the people who support me on Patreon, or even you at home watching this right now, thank you. But to Nathan, Laura, Kathy, Tobias, Rupash, Sabrina, Tracy, Kim, Jezebel, Emily, Jeff, Ingrid, Sarah, Sophie and Karen, thank you so much, and everyone else who supports me over on Patreon. Now, Minnie, you were 57 grams last month. I really hope she's a good weight, because her recovery from spring wasn't that great, like compared to Gizmo and Ziggy. She does eat though. Okay, she's 60. Actually, she's only a gram lighter than Gizmo. So that's pretty good. I'm pretty sure Ziggy's gonna surprise us though, because she is massive at the moment. If you thought you were ready for winter, you have nothing on Ziggy. Look at this tail. She is so big. And this is a crazy thing. When you see my geckos, you see their weights and how much they gain. They're fed the same amount at the same frequency. Like, it just goes to show like how every gecko is different. Before we weigh Ziggy, talking of winter, I'm thinking of maybe doing a Christmas room tour maybe, because I kind of decorate my room a bit for Christmas. So if that's something you'd be interested in, let me know. I did do a poll actually. I think it was majority yes, so that could be something coming in December. Now, last month, Ziggy was 79 grams. She's definitely in her 80s now. Right. Like, I can feel her weight in comparison to everyone else. 82. Oh my goodness. Yeah, 82 grams. Look at that. So next we have Drogo, and I don't know how well you can tell it here, but look how orange and red he is. This gecko will change colours so much. He'll go from like mossy green to black and red with white spots to this kind of midway range where it's very like amber kind of colour. Like, he's an insane gecko that constantly changes colour every time I see him. He will change colour within an hour. Like, he is so interesting. It's a shame in a way that geckos like this aren't so commonly kept that it generates much of an audience in terms of like views, because these are really interesting geckos. And for me personally, I tend to still watch videos about reptiles that I don't own, so it's a shame other people don't see, oh, what's the Chihuahua? Let's like learn more about that. But from doing the Q&A that I did of him like this month, I did learn from the comment section that Chihuahuas are far more expensive in America than they are here. They are hard to get hold of here, but turns out me paying £150 for him really wasn't a lot. And yeah, so it kind of makes sense in a way why people don't commonly keep them. So I consider myself very, very lucky. Anyway, last month he was 52 grams, which I think is the heaviest he's been. So let's pop him in here. And he's 52 again. Like, he's really consistent, he eats really well, he's so active. He's already ran across my room whilst I tried to film this. As you can see, he's very alert. Great gecko really. So if you do want to learn more about him, check out that Q&A or any of my other Chihuahua videos. Look at his eyes just pop in comparison to his colour. It's insane. He's such an awesome gecko. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this weighing video. Sorry if it's been a little bit long. But yeah, get yourself in a Christmas mood, because the upcoming videos are kind of, some of them are going to be Christmas based, some are still just factual reptile ones, but I wanted to give it a bit of a mix this December. And once again, check out Teespring if you'd like any of the Christmas merch. But thank you so much for watching, guys, and goodbye.